Hey there, Aquarius. It's Jen from tarotspirit.net. How are you? Thanks for joining me. I decided to do a mid-June reading this month. Why not? As we go into the last half of June, so we had that full moon lunar eclipse in Sag on June 5th. Mercury is officially retrograded on June 18th, although of course it that has a shadow period on 2 weeks either side, and then June 21st is essentially the solstice and the new moon in Cancer. I think there might be a solar eclipse. I remember that I heard that somewhere, but yeah, a little bit going on. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. It's a bit of it's a very tough time. Okay, we need a couple more. Well, there we go. We'll take that one, I guess. Thank you. Ask and ye shall receive. Yeah, positive affirmations. Make sure you're putting out into the universe what you want to bring back. I know it's super hard. Oh dear. Okay, that was just too much. But I see, let's take the one. I want one more. We'll take the ones that were upright and then this one. Wow, oh, and this one. Your cards want to say a lot. 5 of Wands. So this is strife, struggle, competition. Can be positive. It's people. It could be activism. Actually, now that I think about it, because I want to say it's an active thing. People going out actively, competing, sparring. Maybe it's not. Well, we'll see if we have some sword cards. I was thinking it's not talking, but it can be talking. It's something people are passionate about. But I like to think of this card too as if when you explore the idea of competition, it can be good or bad, right? So in a sporting event, if you do 5Ks on the weekend to keep you motivated to run during the week, and it's a social thing and it's great and it's whatever, but if it becomes, and it's okay to be competitive and serious about it, but if you start becoming obsessed with, if you're not, going to the Olympics and you're just doing, if you start becoming obsessed with things or start feeling bad vibes to people that competed against you, and it can turn. Even Olympic athletes can be extremely friendly and courteous and to their rivals. So it's really a story. If we can, or other people can it can happen at work where people just get, I don't know, it becomes unhealthy. So there are two sides to that card. That it can be a very motivating card as well. But the 5s usually require you to do something. I like to say it's like a pebble in your shoe. If you have a pebble in your shoe, first of all, you can take it out relatively easily. But if you're just walking around your house a little bit, whatever, you won't even think about it. But if you're walking 5 miles in that shoe, it's going to become a big problem. So the longer you don't deal with something, the bigger it becomes. So, okay. So what was in the focus in the past? The 10 of Pentacles, legacy. Wealth. This is a rich card, and not just in tangible financial ways, but it's building a family, building a legacy, having a connection to different generations, making a house a home. inheritance, many generations, estate planning, those types of things, getting your will in place. So perhaps just being practical, that was something you made sure you did with the coronavirus and such. You may have some, I almost feel like it's surprise money coming in, surprise inheritance from some place you were kind of, I don't know, you may not have even really been aware that you had a great aunt on one side or something that doesn't live around here. You could be inheriting things, tangible things. My parents are still very much alive, and they're, do you want this? Do you want that? They're just trying to get rid of stuff and pare down, at least things, that don't have a lot of value, that they don't think anyone wants, and whatever. They're starting to go, do you want this? Who wants this? Trying to figure out how to get everything settled. So it could be in that type of situation as well, that they're doing things like that ahead of time, that you may come into something. Okay, what do you want the most? Three of Swords. This is, so jealousy, being super competitive, like someone who can't play board games without it turning into an Olympic sport, and you're just like, can we just fucking play, charades and just have fun? Jealousy to me is what, because there are people, I've had people where I've been at a breakup, been very jealous, but then for whatever reason, I've able to wrap my head around it, and I literally feel nothing at all, and I could care less. So to me, it's very much a state of mind. So there's some sort of mastery you're trying to get in your head about not comparing yourself to other people. I think that's really what it is. And that things like that, I want what they have, I wish, letting go of something like that and realizing that really richness, it comes from the quality of what you do have, those relationships you do have, those people that in your life. It's not the houses, the money, the things like that. Why is this coming up? So what's in focus? Three of Cups. Being in a group of people that are mutually supportive and emotionally supportive and encouraging. They work very well together. You may be getting together with some friends. You may be getting out again. So we go from the Three of Swords to the Three of Cups. I mean, these two threes, people would say this isn't someone stepping out of a relationship, three people in a relationship. But I see it as a turning point in no longer pining or putting time and energy or jealousy, blocking and deleting, no longer following an ex or something on social media or trying to keep tabs on them, keep up on them, because that's just a way to keep the drama going, keep the jealousy. Because what you think about is what you focus on. So you stop thinking about them. And you can do it. And you have to ask yourself, why? Okay, I have the data. This relationship didn't work out. It didn't work out. Or they cheated on me, or whatever happened. So why are we pining to go back? And then we're afraid of new relationships. At least new relationships, we haven't been proven that this person is a jerk, right? So why are we spending all that time and energy into the past and things that have already happened and things we already have data on that didn't go well? Sorry, I work in research. What else is in focus? Denial. What the hell, man? What's up with these sword cards? they're surrounded by these positive things, but you still feel trapped. You're still obsessing, I think, over, like, you might be getting together social, I don't know how, but virtually or whatever, socializing and trying to meet new people, but the whole time you still feel tied back to this other person or something. Something is, you're having trouble moving forward. Um, yeah, it's like you just can't stop replaying that conversation or that whatever happened. You're sort of stuck. You're like a record used to skip. If you know what records are, or CDs would skip. You're just like you're just stuck in this, just reliving this thing over and over and over and over again. What is coming up and what will be in focus? Oh, the Emperor, love this. Yes, this is taking control of yourself, taking control of a situation, I guess. But to me, it's more the whole tarot is all about self mastery and internal. So the Emperor, the Emperor makes has to take in all the information and then makes the decision he feels is best. And he's going to have to deal with the consequences of that decision. So just like you have to deal with the consequences of your own decision. And I think a lot of times, because of family and societal pressures and social constructs and the way things are supposed to be, we end up living a life to make external people, other people happy. But if things don't go well, which they probably won't go well because it's not even what we want, they're not there. We have to deal with the consequences. They're not there to pick up the pieces. So this Emperor tells you to make you need to dig within and find strength and make the decision that's best for you. It doesn't mean you're being selfish, but it's your life, right? You have to be the Emperor, the leader of your own life. Then these cards that came flying out are really quite beautiful. They tell a story of you want to feel attractive again. You want to get your mojo back. You want to get out there. You want to start living again. You want to be inspired and motivated and enthusiastic again. This is a new job. This is a new romantic relationship. This is a new beginning where you get that spark back, okay? And how will you do that? You do have to, it's scary to put yourself out there again, to make yourself vulnerable again. That's what the strength card is. It isn't brute strength. It isn't how much you can bench press. It's putting yourself out there even when you're scared, but knowing that's how you have to live. It's knowing you've survived some tough times, but you can do it. You survived, and you derive strength and confidence and courage from those types of situations. What happens if you end up in a bad situation again? Well, you're going to trust your gut. You've learned so much that you now know when to trust your intuition. If something feels off, you're going to listen to it. And it isn't in a jealousy, controlling type of way. It's in a very calm, receptive way. And you won't miss. So it's an internal thing. You're going to turn within and use your own barometer. I feel like maybe there was a situation where you or someone else was always checking someone else's phone. They were never there. There was just, I don't know. It doesn't seem. What's the word I want to use? It's a very dysfunctional situation. The Hierophant. To me, in this context, moving forward, maybe you had jumped into something too fast in the past, and this is taking things slow and taking a more philosophical and spiritual approach to new situations. Look at this. We have Strength, High Priestess, Hierophant, Emperor. What's this? Oh, Five of Cups. Some, I don't know. We have the Three of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Eight of Swords. These are sad. These are sad cards. And sad things happen. They're sad to me. They're sad relationship cards. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. For some of you, you could have lost a father, and that person, and this would have been something that already happened in the past. Maybe you didn't have a great relationship. That's really tough because there's never going to be an opportunity to fix it, or maybe you didn't have an opportunity to say goodbye. But I think it's easy for me to say sitting here, but I don't think the spiritual plane necessarily I don't think they get into the minutia that our brains get into, and the jealousy and the competition and all those other things. I just think all of that goes away. We have the High Priestess and the Hierophant. I mean, you may meet someone that's more into the spiritual path that you're on. And I think if you are in a spiritual groove, if you try to live your life with mindfulness and keeping in mind what's really important, it's not superficial things, and meditating and whatever your thing is, but you really subscribe, is that the right word, to that way of life, it's hard to be with someone that's on a vibration that's much more mundane and reactive and superficial. And so maybe that's kind of a sad realization that we don't work anymore. The situation, we don't fit anymore, and having to move on from that. But then moving forward, knowing this next phase, this new relationship, this new way of life has to be with someone that incorporates that type of mindfulness and that type of philosophy moving forward. If you're fundamentally at odds with your basic values and priorities and what's truly important, it would be very difficult to have a happy relationship, because someone's always stressing about the fucking toilet paper being on the wrong way, and you're like, we just had a beautiful day. Why are you ruining it with worrying about the toilet paper roll? That was a weird way to end it. I'm sorry, I am struggling a bit with this reading, Aquarius, so I don't know if you were able to get some things out of it. I felt as though it was somewhat disjointed. So let's pull one of the daily guidance. Well, okay, that one's coming out. Oh, maybe it is about relationships. Your primary, here we go with that Emperor that I was saying. Your primary relationship is with yourself, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, I missed it. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God. So fill in the universe, whatever makes sense for you instead of God, if that's not kind of how you see the world. But if it is, cool. And every other relationship follows from there. Yeah. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. Yeah, so that is getting to that. Thank you, cards, for confirming. That is getting to that. These new relationships moving forward. It could be friends, it could be lovers, whatever, even work. You have to be on a similar vibration. Okay. Thank you, Aquarius, for watching. I hope you're well. If you wanted to like, share, and subscribe, I'd certainly appreciate it. Take good care. Bye.